Oh, okay. Y'all can hear me now? I've had the thing on mute. Oh, can you hear me now? Because I had it on mute. So come on back. Sure, I had it on mute. Let me tell you the reason why I had it on mute. I had got off a call, the last call. I have another hour to do, but I'm taking a break. Nobody picked it up, so I gotta get back on 30 minutes and then log back off and then come back. But I don't know. I may just call it the night because I'm ready to go. So I had it on mute because I had the last call that I took an order from. And I just think people just want to antagonize in regards to about going back and forth with these dang orders. I just had this last person. I said, do you want to upgrade to the extra strength pro version of this product? You know, and I said it was an extra $10 added on. Oh no, So I'm sitting here. I said, "Do you want me to upgrade?" And you could get from the original on to the Pro Strength. 25% stronger, 25%. It'll last longer on the car or whatever. So after he said no, he didn't want it for the $20. I said we give you for 10. Okay, fine. Then I told him the price. We get down to the very end. That whole entire time, he asking the same thing over and over again. I said, "Sir, you don't get not getting nothing extra bottles. The extra bottle was $19. You didn't want the extra bottle. I'm talking about upgrading the strength." I said, just like you go to a store, they got the regular and then they got the extra strength. That's all I'm saying. You gonna keep asking me, well, how much is the original? I mean, I already told you, 19.99 plus. It's like I'm repeating myself like 50 billion times to the point where I'm like, okay, when I get down to the very end, now the whole entire time I'm telling you how much it costs, including the tax, and you know, and that way, if you didn't want something, say no. Now, when it came to the magazine upgrade, you understand that. No, I'm not interested. But then you act like you can't understand that you just upgrading the strength of the product. So I get down to the end, already submitted the order and everything, told them the price. So it's at a point where I'm in limbo. I'm not trying to go back. I can't go back. I already submitted it. So I have this headsets on my ears and I feel like I'm yelling. I said, "Sir, I already said to you that it's going to be this price and this is how much it costs." You know. So at one point, I already submitted the order. The phone's supposed to, disconnected. So eventually it disconnected. So I said, you know what? He gonna have to. He I just think some people do that on purpose. And I'm not saying I'm insensitive with elderly people because sometimes, I'd be a little bit patient. I said, no, take your time. If they need to hurry, get their credit card or whatever, or they need to write something down, I say it very slow so they can take their time to write it. But when you come to the point, you asking me that same question 50 times, holding me up, I'm not trying to hang on no phone with you over no nonsense, because that's what it is. They just, you know. So I say, you know what? People be doing stuff. That's too much. I spoke to a man. I could understand it. He was 90 something years old. 90. I think he was 88, 90. Maybe so, but you ain't boring me to death. I wanted to get off the phone. I was ready to get off the phone. And I said, dang, I needed to take a little break, but I ain't got time to entertain because, that's money. I mean, I don't get paid on the sales, but at the same time, I'm getting talk time. But I can't be hanging on the phone with you over and over and over and over. Yes, I get calls from all sorts of ages. Like I said, older people, you have to be a little bit more patient, but it gets to the point where some of them just they're not even that old. I mean, they're not old and young, but at the same time, I knew right before I could even say anything. I need information. Okay, I'm giving you an answer. It's $19 and you pay the shipping fee and I'm telling you the price. If I told you that from the beginning, that's how much it costs. Then we going throughout the whole thing. I said, okay, you're getting two bottles, two cloths for this price. Do you want me to upgrade? Do you want to get a upgrade in a strength in a bottle, not an extra bottle? I said I already offered you an extra bottle, which was $19. You said no. So I'm saying, do you want to upgrade the brand strength? Do you want to get the pro kit for upgrading it to whatever? I repeated that. I've said that. I said, sir, I'm not offering you extra bottle. I'm offering you an upgrade. Rather than you getting an original, you're gonna get the pro version. So we going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I read everything. I read that thing so many different times. He just frustrated me. And I was kind of like getting I don't know. I just think my patience is just shot. Some people says, I don't know. To me, I speak in a very keel tone, slow, not trying to be fast, not trying to be, And then when I did sell a couple of those upgrade magazines, can you get loud with them? Probably not, but because the fact that I feel like I'm, talking in this headset, I can hear them. But sometimes they be asking the same questions. I'm like, it makes me talk louder. Like, can you hear me? It feels like you asking the same question. I say, okay, maybe they're not understanding. And you know how people, when you don't understand someone, you know how people they speak different language, they talk louder when in fact of the matter, it's not like they're deaf. It's just they don't understand. So your voice tend to speak more loudly for them to understand. Not because they can't hear you. It's like an automatic thing. I say, well, shoot, they not listening or they not understanding. So you tend to talk louder. That's what I be doing. And that's why I don't like to talk loud because my tone would come off a little bit. She got a tone. So let me tell you what happened today at work. So these two other people, they not even a trained, they one was a quality coach, some white girl talking about, well, this is the way I do it, and and she was in the room with this other person. So it was time to go home. 5:30 come, it's time to log off the phone, move about your business. You still trying to go over something and trying to rush it, right? So people got off the phone. I was still in the Zoom room, right? So I guess they didn't know I was still in the Zoom room. And those two with the supervisor, they talking, boy, they sure ask a whole lot of questions, you know. So I'm listening, them saying this, complaining. That's what it sounded like to me. So I said, Scott, I'm having issues with my getting out the timesheet. It's not working. So he was like, well, go share your screen. Now I already was supposed to get off at 5:30. It's going on like 5:35, 5:40. So I said, I have something to do, you know. And I'm getting frustrated because I was telling him this all, for the last few hours that it was something wrong with this time clock system. And and he even was complaining about couldn't get into his computer and something was down and blah blah blah. So the other two people dropped off. Teresa, I just tell you, he had I had to I want to speak to you. Now it's already off the clock. It's already like 5:45, right? Hey, Jeremy. So he gonna tell me that the other two said that they felt I was being insubordinate. I was like, being insubordinate how? Because they didn't like your tone when you was speaking to me, and I had told them that that's just the way she is. I understand. Blah blah blah. So I felt a little offended, right? Because I said, well, I don't know these two people from. I didn't say I don't know these two people from Spit. I don't know these two people from Spit. How you gonna sit there and pass judgment, right? And telling me you didn't like they didn't like the way my tone sound when I wasn't even speaking to you. I wasn't even referring anything to you. I didn't ask you any questions. I'm speaking to Scott, and then if he understands me, and we've been in nesting, but this is the last week in nesting, right? I'm off tomorrow, which is Wednesday and Thursday, so I come back on Friday. So he told them that these two people, they were the one was like not even a team lead. They were like a I guess like a team leader, and the other person was a quality coach. That's all they are. They ain't no manager, no nothing. They don't have no title to nothing. All they do is come into the training room and come in and supposed to listen to calls and do quality. So that's it. And the other one's supposed to help out when people need help. That's it. So they sitting up in there. He telling me this, right? So I said, okay. Well, I just told them, um, that that's just the way you are, this and that. You don't even know me to say that. Well, let me tell you what I like about you, Teresa. You're not afraid to ask questions. Everybody be afraid to ask questions. If I have a problem, I'm not afraid to express and ask questions, right? Everybody else be sitting back, don't want to ask the question or don't want to say nothing, and I'm the only one who comes forward to really express my questions because everybody else don't want to talk or whatever the case may be. So I said, okay, no, it's no problem. I told him, I said I felt a little offended because I said, well, when did this happen? Oh, this was when you was talking to me. Now, if I'm talking to you, you're my supervisor or manager, and I'm getting frustrated because you wanted me. I'm telling you, I can't. Something's wrong with the system, and it was happening, and I have to go. Even though I'm working from home, I'm supposed to be officially logged off the clock. So if I'm still talking about an issue and you wanted me to do something, and it's already past 5:30, are you going to pay me for those 15 minutes for going over? That's for one thing. You know, I already was frustrated because I'm saying, no, something's wrong. I can't get, I tried going into Chrome, I tried going into Safari, and, you know, and obviously it's a technical issue. What the other two got to do with it? And let me tell you why I felt. So I said to myself, okay, I ain't had to say nothing to nobody. That's one good thing about working from home. I ain't got to see your face. You ain't got to call me on no phone or nothing. But don't sit up in here. How can I say this? It's a little bit of white privilege now, and let me tell you how I'm picking up this vibe from this place. I ain't talking about the client. I'm talking about this particular company. I ain't seen no one black person in no kind of capacity, in no kind of managerial position. Even if I work from home, I just don't see it. They from the Midwest. The other one is from South Carolina. One person lived way up in the Midwest, and I said, mm-mm. I already have a vibe. I got someone told me, even if someone told me, they said I have a thing of discernment. And that's how I'm feeling. I have a way of discernment. So I said, okay. And I don't know how old the manager, he's older. He said he retired from two different industries and stuff. So he's a little bit older. The other one, I don't know what the other one looked like. The other chick showed her face. She's the typical, Midwest white girl, plain Jane kind of, whatever. That's they probably ain't got no black people where they at. Probably, I doubt very much. There ain't no black people nowhere in sight. They say, I live in a farm and I live in a cut, it's that kind of white folks. That's kind of white folks. So I already could tell that they thinking you supposed to be like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, and you're supposed to kiss your ass. I'm not kissing nobody's ass. Point blank, period. I'm gonna be professional on the phone. I'm gonna help whatever, but I'm not bound down to no plain Jane white girl. Exactly. Plain Jane white girl with a bunch of cats. And then, and a bunch of foolishness over, I ain't like the way she talked to you. Fuck you. I was so dang mad. I told her, I said, I felt very offended. No, don't feel that way. I said, okay, all right. They understand, they just don't understand. Who are you to judge me on something when I'm not even talking to you? And I didn't even talk to him in any sort of way. If I have frustration in my voice about, I said, Scott, I gotta go. I can't, I have every right. If I have to go, you're not paying, ain't nobody paying me extra minutes or extra time because every single minute is billed to this particular company. I wish you could let them know that. Exactly. Why are you worrying about me? I wasn't talking to you in any sort of despairing way. And trust me, I told when I have many of complaints about this particular person. She's supposed to come and train, and then they make their little sly ass comments that I've been picking up. Now I ain't talking about the same people because one of them I don't know from Spit. She just came around. I never spoke to her. We never talked on the phone. Everything is chat. But then this particular one, she came in there. She's supposed to finish up some lessons we supposed to do. Still didn't finish it. Still didn't complete it. But you could tell her response when this one person asked the question. She asked the same question the day before, and you could tell these little, how people make these little snide ass remarks. That is what I'm picking up. They just mad because you speak your mind. Exactly. I am too old to be, oh, yes, 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 Scott, yes, yeah. No, I'm going to say, Scott, my name's Teresa, you so and so, you so and I don't know. I'm not going to be your miss. And it's not even about respect. People think that you're supposed to be Mr., yes, sir, this and that. We just do that in the South. No, that is not something doing in the South. That just simply means, and I don't care what anybody, when you address people as yes sir, yes ma'am, that really has to go back to when black folks were at a certain level and you supposed to address white people as yes sir, yes ma'am. That's where that came from. Yeah, they people yeah, people like to judge. You ain't know me for nothing. But I overhear you making a comment, boy, they sure ask a lot of questions. And I was like, well, goddamn. They made it sound like they so receptive about don't be afraid to ask questions, and then behind closed doors, over here, you talking about you complaining about who? Excuse me, you complaining because people ask a lot of questions. You know how you gonna you complaining because people asking a lot of questions. So I would say in my mind after he told me, oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Uh, they just didn't understand. I said, you know what? So you ain't gotta ever worry about me asking nothing. You ain't gotta worry about me ever saying anything. When I go out when we get out of this little training nesting at the end of the week, and he's supposed to still be the manager. I hope they decide to break us up and put us into a brand new team. And I just gonna do my work. Oh goodness. And maybe I don't know. I should just leave it alone because I don't want to really jeopardize this job or whatever. But I don't like to be prejudged over what your opinions are. That's why I don't like showing pictures. They say about you got to be on camera. Okay, If this particular company requires when we go over some training stuff, you got to be on camera to make sure you're not wandering off. But at the same time, them knowing what you look like, they could have I don't know them for spit. I don't. I really don't. I really don't. So I'm gonna leave it alone. I ain't gonna say nothing, but I am going to express this confidentially to whomever I need to address that about. I'm not gonna let this go because if they had something to say to you, they be quick to report you. I say we are all human. Yeah, we all human. We all human. That is true. But we all have our what is it? I ain't gonna say prejudices because it's not even about that. I'm gonna show your comments, colors, because I'm not gonna be hiding nothing. All I know is it's not. I ain't saying all. So I know I know Jeremy. I don't want you to be offended because I know people. You know. So I'm not. I'm not saying that because it goes both ways. To be honest, slick remarks go both ways. Whether regardless. But my experiences that I'm expressing today is within a certain place. Because this company, I don't know, they based out of what, Colorado or something. So they may have an international presence in terms of people all over the country and things of that nature, but in terms of the internal place of employment, it may not be as diverse. And because of that, I just did not appreciate. And you know what, guys, hate is taught too. Yeah, it is taught. It is taught. When you live in a bubble and you lived in some Midwest USA country town, cow town, and there ain't no black folks anywhere around, and you lived there all your life, and that's all you know, that's all you know. But to me, I'm just saying, I'm picking up this discernment vibe, you know. I'm just picking up that vibe, That's all I know. I just know, just the fact that you could say stuff, they trying to ask a lot of questions, and then you make it seem like, any little slick remarks is really building up upon not just today, just in general that I noticed. I just learned to ignore it because um two rows, one going in and one gonna, all I know, I just feel that what I'm picking up from this particular groups of staff of people, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. You know, you know, and just kind of coming off. Well, I do things my way. This is the way I do it, and this, I'm like, okay, that's the way you do it, Miss Girl. Shh, do you? But it's just that, it's just that vibe. And I guess people are supposed to expect you to be like, yes, me, oh yes, man. I know, they acting you stupid, and then you know how people be condescending. He's kind of condescending, and then how you going to admit it? Well, yeah, people said I come across a certain way, and people tell me that all the time. Okay, if other people told you you came off a certain kind of way, then you need to look at yourself too, because the way I feel about him, I mean, I respect you as a manager. That's all I'm obligated to do is to respect you as a manager and do and respect the customers that I'm supposed to serve and respect myself most certainly. But when when you tell me, oh, people say I come off this and that sort of way, then I'm like, okay, I'm on your side, Teresa. Mm-mm. You knew. I learned a long time ago. I have to you know, keep my distance, to show you just enough because I've been in position too long in too many places where people got this threatening sort of way and thinking, oh, she a smart ass nigga, she thinks you never know. Trust me, you could catch people saying stuff. And the people say I walk so soft. You don't even know I'm walking up on you. I could walk up on you and be right there. You wouldn't even hear me coming. And I've catch many of people with their little despairing marks. Exactly. Exactly. If I could catch you saying something like that, boy, they asking like questions in attitude, you ain't no telling what they got. They, telling what they saying. They ain't gonna drop off the minute because the second he says, Teresa, you still here? Yeah. I said, I have a question. I said, I got a problem. Da da da. All of a sudden, they dropped off. They stopped saying what they was gonna say. I sat there with the headset on, listening, and I was sitting there listening. And that's when I came in and says, "Hey Scott, da da da," that. Then all of a sudden, you run off, and then the thing disconnected, and then I came back, and that's when he told me. I said, "Okay, so that mean you had something to say." So I said, "You know what? They ain't never got to worry about me hearing my voice on nothing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna hope and pray that I never have to deal with her in quality for nothing. I'd rather just deal with him as a manager because he's very encouraging. He ain't gonna throw you under the bus. But I've already got some quality reviews, so I got hundreds. So I already got 3 reviews, and I got um, customer surveys. So I already got hundreds. So obviously, I must be doing something right. So I ain't gonna study these 2 people. I ain't gonna study this person. I ain't gonna even study them. One good thing is if they critique you, they're gonna send you they're gonna send you your review thing, and they may pull you off the phone and do coaching and say, "We want to coach you in the call." And when they do, and if it's her, I'm gonna be like, "You have any questions? No. Do you have any issues? Cause no." And if any questions I got, I'll ask somebody else. I already know. I can't even. I already know. I ain't no way I'm gonna deal with somebody who you already got something to say. You know. Somebody got to explain to you. Ain't nobody got to don't nobody got to explain to about me about nothing. If you got an issue with me, then you need to come up. But I already know I don't even like this person. They, I don't even like her, so I know it ain't gonna affect me one way or the other. Just do my job, and that's it. Take the experience what I need to take it from because I know that the job that I'm doing. I wish I could tell you, but I can't. I know that I could get paid a whole lot more money working for this company if I was working directly with this company versus going through a third party. I know it. I already know it. And to be honest, they need people to be there than them trying to get other people to come on. So they already invested, the company invested. One thing about these IBOs or outsourcing companies is that when they acquire major companies like Sprint, Apple, AT&T, whomever, you represent a company, but actually don't work for that company directly. They get paid with these companies to um, to maintain the customers in that seat. Just like I was telling you about Wipro and CGS and T-Tech, all those companies, they send a bill. So when I do my time, when people do your time sheet, they send billable. Um, they bill on the time, and they get paid on the time, and that's how they get their money. So they getting $2, $3 per hour that I work and get paid. So they already said in training, oh no, we need y'all. So that's why they were stressing to me, we want to make sure you're going to commit to 100% of training and that you're going to stay, because it's hard for them to get people on like that. It's not easy to get on like that. And it ain't like they paying a lot of money. That's why I'm doing this second job with NextRep with this 6-month contract. Is to try to make money and bank my money to save so I could have approximately maybe about 10,000 plus dollars before the end of the year as a cushion. I'm gonna try to make more, but I'm gonna try to make it as a cushion. So that way, um, God willing, as we enter this recession, that I have a cushion. That's what made me survive for these 4 years. When I left the government, I had 30,000 plus dollars in cash saved up as an emergency fund. That was just an emergency fund. So when I bought my house, I still had that much money left over. But then when the bank told me, when I did my escrow and all that stuff, they want to know everything. They want to know how much money you got saved in the bank, how much investment, 401ks, everything. They said, oh, according to an estimate in your budget, in terms of the mortgage and stuff, they say you got about 4 years of savings. And no, 3.5, 4 years of savings. And after had to go through my anger of being dismissed from the government. Yeah, thank you, Jeremy. Give this video a thumbs up. And when when after I went through my anger of wishing that I had sued the government sooner or pursued it, because I could have took them to court if I wanted to, but the time and the money and the cost just to come back to an agency that I vowed that I didn't want to go back to. I said I gave y'all 10 years, and 10 years is surely enough. That was it. I gave them 10 years, and I promised myself I could only do it with 10 years and move on, because I was stagnant. It would have stagnated my career. It would have stagnated me um long it would have stagnated me to the point where I knew it would have been a hard situation to transition to a brand new career. And it took a little bit, it took a while. That's why I said, you know what, I'm just going to take this experience or what I'm doing now to build upon it, and then, you know, see what, if they, all the stuff they promise about, oh, there's advancement, there's room, there's, you could do this, you could do that. Yep, exactly. Hey, Romeo. Exactly. So while I built upon what I wanted to do, and I'm not saying I want to own my own business and stuff like that, but just gain the experience, gain the knowledge, and kind of really break away from, oh, you worked at the IRS, because it took a long time when I was going on interviews, and you see IRS, oh, you was here for a long time, and people were making these little comments, ooh, the IRS. I said, shit, I pay taxes too. What the hell? Just because I work there, what you think I'm gonna do? Audit you right there and then? It ain't make no damn difference. If anything, it's harder on if you work for the government, because you police more. So it took a long time for me to get that. Oh, you work for the IRS? Ooh. So it took a minute to dispatch myself away from from them on my resume. It's 4 years, but I don't have that much working life remaining. I really don't. So I'm not trying to go to some company that pays some $13 and they say, okay, well, you're gonna learn more training to move up, and then you get more money. So that's the one reason why I'm gonna stay, because they said you're gonna learn the other parts, and you have to move on, and you have to move to do the other things, and what comes with that is more money. So I said, okay, I like hearing that, that that's just a starting pay, and then you get more as you go about. But I tell you, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm working for this particular company and it's bigger name internationally and the type of training that I could get, I would have been like, I don't feel like dealing with y'all. Y'all seem like a bunch of BS. But I said, nope, let me stay because of the fact of the name. Trust me, it's because of the name, and because I know that once, even if I was to be there for a year, it would have been a great stepping stone for something way more. So I'm ignore those little despairing comments and stuff and just be quiet. You know, I go back Friday, we'll do whatever, be on the phone. Saturday, that'll be our last day of nesting. And then after that, we on the production floor. And I ain't even got to deal with people like that. You all your questions and everything, you got problems, you literally in the chat room just typing away. You're not talking to nobody. I mean, you're talking to customers on the phone, but you're not really talking with anyone. Everything is in the chat, or they sending you email or whatever. The only time you're talking with someone one on one, if they tell you, oh, we're going to coaching, we need to go over something, and they'll pull you for an hour or whatever the length of time it is to go over some things, listen to a call, whatever. That's it. And I already know. He already told us, oh, next week they added more things to our schedule, so we have mandatory overtime. So mandatory. I was like, dang, they sure didn't tell us that in training. They said they have overtime, but they ain't not one time did they say mandatory overtime. They said, oh, we got some overtime because we busy. They ain't mentioned no mandatory. Now I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong, but god dang, they bring you in there because they need you. They need people. They need people. So, but I'll keep you abreast when they start asking us that we know people who want to work. And then this other part-time job with NextRep with these infomercial, they need people too. So they've been begging people to, oh, we need people on the phone. Oh, and it's during the daytime. I'm saying I can't do it during the day. I'm already working. So tonight was kind of slow. I sat here from 7:05, no 7:10 till now. Oops, I was supposed to be on the. You know what? Forget it. I'm not doing those last 30 minutes. It's supposed to be 30 minutes. Let me see something. Oh, too late. Okay. 12, 140. Mm-mm. All right, I'm back. I had to check something. I had one more block to do, and it's supposed to be at 140 to 2:05. That's 30 minutes. It ain't going to affect my numbers because I'm already at 96%. Okay, so that little block ain't gonna make no difference. So I'm finished for the night. So I'm finished for the night. They changed the program. So, all right, y'all, give it a thumbs up on the video. So I appreciate it. So that's it. It's like anyone needing to look for a job at this point, they hiring. Every time I keep getting the emails all the time. I mean, they looking for people, and most of them they transitioning people to work from home. That's the thing. They looking for people to work from home. The only thing, only thing is like I said, sometimes the money may not be as much, But hmm, it's a job, and you get to work from home. You ain't worrying about traffic and things like that. But it seems more exhausting when you at home. And then me doing these two things at the same time, I literally go from one room to the next room. I take the headset off and plug it up in the computer and do this because I don't have another headset. So, and I just listen to people, order whatever, do whatever. I had this one man calling here. I don't want this. I said, sir, he yelled and screamed. I said, you know what? I said, appreciate you. Please, do not. We will not be yelling in my ears. We're not going to do that. And he hung up. He coming here, yelling. I mean, really? Is it, you're not about to yell at my screen, my ears, talking to me all crazy. Because, like I said, I don't get paid whether you buy the product or you don't. I still get the same old 20 cents a minute rate, 25 cents a minute on the weekends, unless they have a bonus. So it ain't like like I have to make a sale. It's not like, I just do the little referral, ask them reason why, and log it. Okay, whatever. That's it. I don't get paid no more different. It may affect your numbers in terms of per hour, what they want you to make, per hour, like those toaster ovens, they may want you to do an average sale of whatever. But I don't get a lot of calls when people say, okay, I'll call right back. They don't make no difference. So I just do the best I can. You can't, you ain't trying to force people to spend money they don't have. And oh, I didn't tell you about the old man. You 90 something years old. Now, this was the foot massager. It's supposed to help relax your muscles and things like that. And what was the other thing? No, there was no exercise equipment. No type of exercise equipment. But one of the things they said, would you like the stepper? The little cheap stepper, you supposed to step on it. I said, now why in the world would I go to ask this 90-year-old man if he wants this exercise stepper machine? I was like, I couldn't even be serious about trying to sell it. I was like, the little steppers, and you supposed to step on it. I said, no. I said, that don't make no sense. Why would I even why would I even suggest him buying that? The thing didn't even look all that to me. And it's like, to me, that seemed dangerous for an elderly man to get some extra $80 stepper. Mm-mm. I was like, mm-mm. Nope. One man asked me, can he get the some one of the machines, and he has a pacemaker. I clicked on it. It says, please consult with your doctor. He told me somebody told him yes. I said, sir, I said, I do apologize, but someone told you incorrect. We cannot advise that you could get this machine with a pacer. You have to get clearance from your doctor, and then they could tell you if it's okay. I'm not gonna tell somebody, and it was right there. You just click on the frequently asked questions, and that's it. Some, so sometimes I'll be like, that don't make no sense. Why would I suggest that? Even if I'm supposed to suggest it, I really don't emphasize it too much because I said, nah, that he's 90, 80 something years old. They ain't gonna get that. And then some of them this another silly thing. You 90 something, and I'm asking, do you want to get the 7-year extended warranty to cover if it's lost, stolen? No, if it's broken, wear and tear. If you 88, 90, 91, and you're getting a 7-year warranty on a product that's 200 and something dollars or 100 something for the toaster oven thing. I said, now I'm not saying he can't live beyond 100, but what's the probability of that man being 100 years old using a toaster oven to cook rotisserie chicken and stuff? And so I talk to them on the phone. I chit chat. They say, "Oh, I live by myself," and I said, "Do you want the safeguard? Because that way, if nobody steals the package off your porch, you get protected. We refund back just in case someone steals your packages off the porch. Ain't nobody gonna come over here. I'll pull out my pistol." And I'm like, "You old enough to be my great granddaddy? Maybe if my father was alive, he would have been what 70 something. No, that's not. No, more my grandfather. No, yeah, my grandfather's age. Maybe great grand if you was my nephew or something. How are you gonna think you're gonna pull out a pistol and shoot somebody at 90 something years? Now I don't know. Maybe there's some 90-year-old people. Maybe they got some strengths. I guess it don't take much to do nothing. You pull out that pistol and shoot. But I don't know. Oh, what's the sad face, Jeremy? Why you put the sad face, the sad emoji? Oh, you want to talk about it? It's gonna be okay. I know I shouldn't be complaining. I should be blessed. Well, I mean, in this world, oh, yeah, it is. It could be too much, but all I could do, it could be all right. So sometimes I have to really look at um the people I talk to. Focus more on the people that gives you joy when you talk with them and converse, even if it's for that few minutes. You know, that's why I enjoy talking to people. And I get to talking with some people that call in here on the line. I ain't talking about they want to be playing on the phone and acting all crazy, want to yell and curse and carry on. I ain't talking about those people. Those people, I'll be like, "Sir, ma'am, no." A lot of women don't do that, but those people who want to curse and they don't curse. They just yell at you and just be downright mean and ugly. And I tell them, "Sir, don't act like that. You ain't gotta. Don't yell. You ain't gotta yell in my ears. You know, just being plain rude. Yeah, I don't want to hear all of that. So those people, you just got to. I just got to mute, bloop, mute, put the volume down low, and you just yapping and arguing and fussing and carrying on, and then I come back. All right. Is there anything else I can help you with? No. Okay. Thank you. Have a good night. you know. Thank you. Have a good night. All right. Bye. All that cursing and carrying on, yelling. I told you. I don't want to fucking. I tell them, you ain't gonna talk to me like that. Who you talking about? I could talk to you. No, you not. No, you are not. I tell them, I don't care. I could talk. No, you are not talking to any way kind you want. You ain't gonna call in here and talk to me any old kind of ways. If you want to order it, order it. But don't come up in here and I could tell when people be setting you up though. They do all of that and then they get to the end and then they purposely do that. And they're not old people. They're just downright nasty and rude. I say, you know what? Have a good day. Bye. Have a good night. Bye. And I just and call about the day. And then I get the old white lady or old black man or black woman, and you could tell they don't have anybody, and they call all sorts of night. And I'd be like, they're not in California. So I was like, well, dang, they just calling the phone. And sometimes I'd be like, do they do that and just spend all their money? Because some people be calling in, ordering, and one, I just think they be ordering just to give out their credit card numbers and be ordering stuff, to be ordering things. and then they probably don't even need it. They don't even use it. Cause I try to talk to them to get a scope of, okay, they seem like they want to just, order a whole bunch of stuff, and let me tell you how I know that they they doing that and they not really ordering. It's because at the end I hit the authorization, then the card don't even go through. I was like, oh God. Then I gotta go back and verify the credit card. I said, okay, let's go over this card number again. And I think they just do that just to be doing it because it don't go through. I said, nope. One lady I spoke to, she said she already had the smoker grill and she had this and she had that product and don't even use. I know who on here. Colas, don't say about me about my juicer in the Vitamix because I already bought the spinach the other day and tomorrow I'm gonna make my smoothie and my yeah, I'm gonna make my smoothie. I'm gonna put the pineapple in the smoothie. So I'm making mine tomorrow. And then I'm gonna use the grapefruit and juice tomorrow. So I do use my stuff. I will be using it more frequently. So but I just be wondering sometimes the people be ordering things and that's how older people be taken advantage of. They be got those people calling them on the phone and they be telling them stuff. All right, you got your credit card now. They be scamming. One person, they live right up the street in like Thonia area, called in. This old woman, and then the black man in the background. He, it was that exercise, no, the leg thing, and she was like, he want to order it, and we going all of this stuff. Okay, we don't take prepaid debit card. It has to have a credit card, a Visa, Mastercard, and we went through all of that, and then after that, well, he ain't got that, and he just yelling about he wanted. I could tell she was an older woman, and I could tell he was an older man in the background, just sitting in front of the TV, calling 800 numbers he wanted, and they just ordering stuff just to be ordering. They just ordering things just to be ordering things, and I don't think they know what they getting. I just think they just, oh, let me get this, and they just spending all their money. And even then, that order didn't go through because they said we could send them. Okay, we could send a money order or a check in the mail. So I said, okay, let me give you the address. I said, make sure you get a copy of the money order and keep a copy before you decide to mail it off for that purchase or whatever. So I was like, I said, nah. I think a lot of people that order these stuff, I don't think they even know. I just think they doing it. And then I said, okay, now if you don't want it, make sure you send it back. Nah, I ain't trying to send nothing back. And I was like, okay. So you know what? When this virus thing is over with and people start having estate sales, I'm gonna start going to some people's houses. And you'd be surprised what type of stuff people got that don't even use, especially older people. They probably got a whole bunch of stuff that they probably don't even use, and they probably don't have family members who would even clear it out. So I ain't trying to say I'm gonna take advantage, but what is a 90 something year old person gonna do with some big old toaster oven? And when mm-mm, it probably gonna be brand new. But I don't know. But that wasn't my topic. What was my topic today? Oh, I get an email from this political advocacy group, and they always be trying to ask for donations. Oh, come and fight Trump, something or whatever. So this one was pretty interesting. The Trump administration is thinking about not thinking they are going to cut the funding from the United States Postal Service. And the United States Postal Service is one of the oldest institutions. in America, even back in colonial days when Benjamin Franklin started the Postal Service. So the United States Postal Service gets its funding from selling of stamps. So it's really technically not a government agency anymore. They're more like a semi-private type of thing. They get their funding from the from Congress. So the proposal is they wanted to eliminate the postal service by cutting its funding basically, and when them doing what they're doing that will be eliminating jobs. So my topic is this CARE Act, where all these money, $1 trillion going out to people, because they say, oh, we need our jobs, we need help. Yeah, you need help, and they give you that little $1,200 stimulus or $2,400 if you're a family, and all this money to small businesses to survive. I'm thinking, what is the cost of doing that in the long run? Because let me tell you, come November, election day, if God forbid Trump is going to office for the last 4 years, it's gonna be hell. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. It's gonna be hell and high water if that happens. And let me tell you the reason why. Unless he's considered a lame duck president, meaning that anything he proposes or whatever, and he doesn't get the support from the House and the Senate, and they block anything that he try to go, nothing could be done. They should do the same thing to him that they did to President Obama. Try to make him a lane, trying to stop a lot of things that he wanted to do. But because no, he didn't have the majority in both houses. They stopped a lot of things he wanted to do, even appointing the judicial, putting people in the judicial branch. He's supposed to have at least three people, at least appointed three judges. He could have at least appointed three. It may have been four, but he had at least two, I know for sure. But it was three. And they stalemated to him appointing anyone to the Supreme Court. So if Trump gets into office next year for the next 4 years, all hell will break loose in regards to funding. So I bring up the example with the post office. If they get their way and not fund the post office, a lot of postal people will lose their jobs. They're already cutting the benefits and pensions and stuff for U.S. postal workers. If you come in now to get a job at the U.S. Postal Service, you don't get the same benefits than they used to have for years and years and years. And they had one of the best. They didn't pay as much in health insurance. They had a pension. They won't offer that anymore. And they're trying to eliminate the last group of people who's under that civil service. It's not that many people who are civil service that's at the post office. So anyone they bring in new now, you don't get the same type of benefits. And if they bring people now, none of those benefits are going to be offered. That's why I saw a position that they were looking for people to work at the United States Postal Service. I said, why are they hiring people for the post office? They hiring people for the post office. You have to apply, and then you take the test. But all that benefits and stuff they used to pay, nothing. There's so many people due to retire in a federal government level. Even when I worked at the IRS, they had so many people that's due to retire that a lot of people took retirement because they've been there for so long. And they said, well, the last government shutdown, It forced a lot of people that I knew before I left retired or they got fired or removed. They don't say fired, they remove you. And they took their retirement, they took their pension, and they said, oops, I got my years, and they went on about their business. They was hanging on to those jobs for years, hanging on, hanging on. I said, any time for you to retire, shouldn't you go on and move on? Nope, they stood there, kept it, held on to the best they could. But when that dang Trump came in office and they had that government shutdown, it had a rude awakening for a lot of people. And they either retired or they got removed. It was so many people got. That's why if you can't call the IRS on the phone trying to get somebody because they ain't got nobody to answer the phone. And they say don't call either. Don't even call. Everything they try to do everything electronically. They try to do everything self-service and everything else. So that eliminates people jobs. So it ain't all cracked up to be. It ain't job security like people like to love to say. It's job security. It's job. No, it's not. It ain't. It really isn't. Under despite popular belief, you know. So this CARE Act and all that millions and trillions and billions of dollars going out, billions of dollars was issued again for small business so they could stay afloat. How can you stay afloat? How can you stay afloat? And even though they said they opened up, they're trying to open up slowly. We was already in a recession. We were already entering it was already predicted we were going to be in a recession before Rona came around. Before Rona came around, we were there was already talks of recession, a recession, an economic down spiral. You know, it's just this thing just simply um put it more to light. Now, Trump being a businessman as he said he is, he's going to try to think he's going to use those same tactics because remember, Trump grew up, not grew up. Trump, he filed for bankruptcy 2, 3 times. You know, had filed bankruptcy, had the um bailout because that's all bankruptcy is. At least the old way back in the day. Back in the day, if you had student loans and you wanted to file for bankruptcy, those student loans was dismissed. But now you can't dismiss student loans in bankruptcy. But back in the day, people took advantage of that, became debt free, had cleared up those student loan debts, and was cleared in full. And you just simply take a 7-year hiatus to restart your credit. You ain't had to pay back not one debt. Now, when they changed the bankruptcy laws now, a few years ago, Chapter 7 and all that stuff, you could not forego, delay your um debts, but they didn't eliminate the debts. So if you think that them giving all this billions and trillions of dollars, let Trump go into office, and we gonna see it gonna be a whole lot of jobs loss. It's gonna be a whole bunch of high taxes. All of a sudden, you're gonna see high taxes on things. Um, a lot of government agencies, they're gonna be, cutting jobs like coop. They're gonna be outsourcing a lot of companies gonna be outsourcing a lot of their customer service jobs to companies that like I work at, and they're gonna offer lower wages. You know, so all these people talking about, oh, I want my job, but you need to be open, blah blah blah. Nope. Nope. So you have to look at the trend in terms of what it is that you want to do. It's gonna be a lot of jobs, but it's not gonna really be great higher paying jobs, put it that way. Let me see something here. I'm so curious to see if my last block will be taken or not. Nope, you sure won't. All right, my block is finished. So I don't know. I just like I said, it was just interesting how the minute Trump want to eliminate the postal service and cut funding. They've been talking about eliminating the postal service for years, but if so I hate if that happens because next thing you know, they're gonna cut mail time and they're gonna say, okay, mail ain't gonna be delivered every day. They're gonna eliminate and say, oh, mail's gonna be delivered, say 5 days a week, and they're not gonna deliver it on the weekends. In all the years, they said mail, regardless of sleet, snow, rain, if they decide they're gonna cut the government funding for the post office and they try to privatize it, that's gonna be something. But that's just one example. So I always look at the KOS, KOS. It's like a political. It's not a political group. They basically like a lobby group or something, but they try to pass laws and raise money, political pack money, for people to stop the fight of certain injustices. So that's basically what I get. I read that every day. I read that on a regular basis. I get emails and I read it and see what's going on. But of course, they always want to ask for money. I guess once you donate to a political campaign one time, boy, they'll communicate with you every day. But depending on what it is, I may start supporting. But um, you have to keep up with stuff like that, you know. But we'll see what happens. So I ain't saying anything. And I need to have me some guest speakers one day when I share my link. I can't do StreamYard because I have a free version. So they only let you go on there for so many hours. So they told me the other day, yesterday email, I was approaching my limit for the month. Hey Jeremy, okay. I was wondering, I said, where's everybody? There's four of y'all in here, but I only see Jeremy, the only one talking, and Romeo. Where's everybody else at? Y'all not here. I ain't staying here long, so I'm got to go to bed really soon. But I'm going to I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, yeah, we have to keep up with things, what's going on, and then look be forward thinking minded people. You know, you always got to stay one step ahead when it comes to things. So, like I said, I don't. I feel really suspicious about where all this money is going. Even though people are like, oh, I need money. It's gonna help me pay, pay whatever. But trust me, it ain't gonna last forever. Trust and believe. You got to think about what they're doing in these other countries. They giving people $12,000 a month and stuff. And look what happened to Greece. Greece is Greece was near collapse economically, and I still don't think they still survive. Even though it's a small country, Look what happened in Greece. They needed money. Their whole country needed bailout and needed assistance. And then Greece economy came to a damn collapse. And back in the day, well, not back in the day, but one of the greatest civilizations was Greece and Rome, Italy. Those were one of the, they were like the superpowers for over thousands and thousands of years. And look what happened. They could go into a collapse. Same thing could happen in the United States. You know, same thing. So, we have to learn from that. Just because, Rome and Greece and stuff were superpowers, one of the richest nations in the world. And you see what could happen? Any of the great countries could just go and collapse. History happens. When they say history repeats itself, you have to learn from it. And that's what you have to do. You got to learn from it. It ain't no different. But hopefully, come November, we go and experience a brand new life, and things start to turn around. That's what I'm waiting for. That things will turn around for the positive, you know, and then things will get better. But for now, you have to be grateful for every day. Appreciate the ones who appreciate you, love the ones who love you, pray for those enemies who hate you. And that's my little message for the night. So, all right, I'm off tomorrow from my regular 9 to 5, I guess you could say. And then I'll be doing next rep. I'm not trying to do all day either. So, but I'll be back in the evening, maybe during the day. In the morning when I get up, I need to start cleaning my house. I need to start cleaning for real. I've been so neglectful of my house duties, so I need to put on this old T-shirt. Look at this DoorDash T-shirt, or one of those old T-shirts I got, and really start um, cleaning from room to room. And I already started cleaning the bathrooms, but do my deep cleaning and maybe purchase a vacuum cleaner to deep clean this carpet. And oh, I need to go to Office Depot, so they should be taking these items back because I bought some things that didn't even work. They told me, yeah, this will work. No, it didn't. So I got to get my 40 something dollars back for a USB cord thing, and also a few things that I get my money back. So I have at least about what, 60, $70 worth of returns that I need to do. It ain't even work. They said, we can't take that back, and I need to take something back to CVS. So I bought this thing at CVS, and then the minute she rung it up, I looked at it. I said, I don't want this. Oh, we can't take it back. I said, God damn, I didn't even leave the store yet. What do you mean you can't give me my money back? Oh, we could take it back when the virus is over. I sure did. I'm sure go right on that CVS and bring that thing back. It was two masks that you wear to sleep. I didn't even need two of those. That thing was $20. So I said, I don't need that. And I need to buy this aspirin cream, which supposed to help pain nerve relief. That thing didn't work, so I got to bring that back. Put that back on my health insurance card. I said, shoot, that was 12, $13. I'm like, all this stuff I bought, and then the second I said, I don't like this, I don't want to take it back. Oh, we can't take it back. You gotta wait. I was like, oh Jesus. So I gotta make me some rounds tomorrow to CVS and Office Depot, get my money back on my card, and hopefully they start taking tomorrow. I know they told me January, February, March, I think they said May the 6th, or was it the 11th? I don't know. I'm find out tomorrow. But they'll be getting their stuff back. You know, get my money back right on my card. I'm just spending money on stuff, and then these places that we can't take it back. We gotta wait till May. So it's May now. Things will be going right on back to the store. That's for sure. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Jeremy, give me a call sometime if you want to talk. All right, Romeo. I hope everything's going well with you with your volunteering. We appreciate you doing it. You should start a nonprofit organization. If you love volunteering like that, you should start a nonprofit, Romeo. All right, Jeremy. Love you too. Colas 85. Who else on here? Lurking in the background. All right, y'all. For all those that didn't show their name and review themselves, y'all have Harden. Who else be on here? Lynn, maybe. Dorian. I need to call you, see how you doing. I ain't spoke to you in a minute. And all of y'all's. So you love the video. I appreciate it. 7 thumbs up, 5 people in the room. And trying to grow my channel more and more. Erica. Who else is missing? Well, Okay. Y'all have a good night. Y'all stay safe. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good night.